Good evening. How y'all are doing? That's proper English, right? Who's gonna wait for that? Who's gonna wait for that 5 minutes? Golly. I basically use that for like the last minute stuff. Like I want to get started on time, but the last minute stuff. Um, and then it's like, all right, enough. We're not gonna wait. We're not waiting around. I scare you, Zev? What? Why do I scare you? I don't understand that. Hilly, good to see you. Of Gomez? What? Are you serious right now? I know who you're talking about, but as to like sound of voice and stuff like that, obviously it'd have to be what iteration. But good evening. All I can think about with different kind of introduction stuff that's kind of creepy. Anybody ever seen Series of Unfortunate Events with Jim Carrey? The good one, not the Neil Patrick Harris one. That one wasn't terrible. I just couldn't. It just was too much over the course of. Anyway, but the Jim Carrey one, and when they come into the mansion and he's up on the stairs or whatever, and they're just like, "Hello," like how? Oh, I forget exactly how it went, but let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, it's so funny. I don't know why. It's one of those things that constantly comes to mind. Jim Carrey. Here we go. Let's see. Are they gonna have that clip? I don't know if that's the one or not. Here, let me see this. Let me see if this is it. Here you go. This might be it. Ads.
Well, hello. I am your beloved Count Olaf.
Every time. That's what comes to my mind. Hello. Jim Carrey, one of a kind. One of a kind. All right. Wait, what's this question? I have a very important question. Is it gray, brown, black, or brown, gray, black? What? Huh? Oh, I didn't know there was a game. What? Wait, what are you saying? Just generally speaking, is it gray, brown, black, or is it brown, gray, black? The rhino scene from Ace Ventura is uh oh. My family, we died from that scene. Oh, so much when I was younger. Oh my goodness. Like if you're color coding things, I don't know how color coding would work in that way. Um, I mean, if you're talking about the way that it would, it depends on what, it depends on what shadings you're trying to look at within the course of something. Um, because like if I think about like a color scheme on something, it depends on what parts of the picture are being highlighted and are being that brown color, and what parts of the color are being yellow. You know what I mean? I don't know. How do you state like an order? The only thing that comes to my mind. Oh, wait. Are you talking about inside in the color spectrum? Would it be gray, brown, and then black? Uh, because one could argue that brown would actually fall somewhere in between orange and yellow, or in between red and orange. But then after violet would come black, gray would come after white. Doing laundry and you don't know where brown goes. Oh, I got you. Okay. Um, I am not the person to ask that question. And I would say this because I run things on cold, so that way nothing bleeds, and I throw all colors in together. And if for some reason I would have an issue, then I would separate whites and then all other colors. So I am not the person to ask about that. I would think grays would go with blacks and browns would go with colors, if that's what you're asking. I don't know. It's also insane that I sort my closet by color, but no, I've known people to do that. In fact, I've had different moments in time where I've tried to do that, so that way I know, like, hey, I'm thinking this color with these pants, or I'm thinking this color because I'm feeling this way, right? Or I haven't worn that color in a while, or something like that, and uh, and then I would do that in my drawers or something like that. Um, and I did that a lot with my hanging clothes, like with my button-up shirts and stuff like that. I would have them by color and try to figure out how it would align through there. But see, I would have to see like next to each other. Here's the answer for you if you're looking at like a specific thing. Brown, it's not a primary or a secondary color, because like primary, obviously red, yellow, blue, right? And then secondary colors are all the ones that are colors that come by mixing two of the primary colors, right? And so it's a what is that called? Let me look here. Let me look this up real quick. Is it a composite color? Contemporary color? Composite. I think it's considered a composite color. So it's made by mixing pigments or a blend of primary and secondary colors, often shown as a dark shade of orange on contemporary color wheels. So like I said, it would come after orange. Um you got two gray. That's funny. 50% of my clothes are gray, so I went to Goodwill to buy more colorful clothes and I bought two gray shirts. Oh my. Um yeah, so take that into consideration, what you will. We're learning something tonight. And then where would gray would go between black and white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not on a traditional color wheel, obviously, because it's achromatic in structure. So you've got um yeah, I don't even know how that would fit there, but it's not. So yeah, it it's in yeah, achromatic. Because then you're talking about shades and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, because you also have like warm grays versus cool grays, right? And then there's obviously 50. Okay, all right, enough. Um, so don't press. Come on, now I can't answer your questions. You're using the stream inappropriately. All right. Uh, but yeah. So if you're looking in your like wardrobe, you got my 88. You got me intrigued now. Um, I just want to see like the color scale here about where it would go. I think it's a test of will. It's a test of will, Zev, and you fail. So it depends on how. Okay, so here's the thing. It depends on how do you separate out. Wow, music's really quiet. How do you separate out your colors, right? So do you have it set by like neutral colors? Do you have it set by a color palette? Do you have it you said you did Roy G. Biv, actually. So I think you would put it after the violet. Or would you put it after indigo? Now, I think not being on the Roy G. Biv scale, it would be after violet. And then I think you would go gray and black. I think that's what you would have to do. I mean, I personally, I think I would put it in between. Brown is so difficult because I think you would put brown in between. Would it go between red and orange or orange and yellow? But it would go somewhere in there. But it's crazy because then you go to ones like beige, and beige would go like after white and before pink and red. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, Zev, that's what I'm saying, though. You could do it there, but it depends. If you're doing Roy G. Biv and such, and you're looking at then separating according to neutral colors and according to certain, like, the understanding of outside of Roy G. Biv and earth tones and stuff like that, then you would have brown, gray, black at the end. I'm just saying. Like, we're not just going to settle on the idea of this being a super simple, I Googled it and this is the answer, because that's wrong. All right. Oh man, it's good to see you guys. So tonight I've been working on a script for a video, and let me see here. It was out of last week. Last week we talked a little bit, and I tried to record. I recorded. It was under 2 minutes. Basically, the effect of the why behind these, the why behind Tuesday nights, the why behind doing these labs, doing budget creator labs, and shoestring studios, and getting beginning content put together to be able to then get moving, to be able to help young creators who are up against the wall financially but really want to get into the realm of content. And so one of the pieces with that was about giving an understanding of what I'm doing. I might have to redo that because I realized, guys, I looked at my script way more than I should have. And so I'm looking back through the video and I'm like, and I need a teleprompter is what I need, but I don't have one. So I have to just do better of like memorizing a couple lines, right? I got to be able to, let's skip this. What is this? Okay. I've got to be able to memorize and say a couple lines and then pause and then memorize and then say a couple. It takes a little bit longer, but it'll be better for quality of like eyes up. And why is the red button more expensive? I'm being scammed because it's the wrong choice. That's why it's more expensive, because you're not supposed to do it. So if you waste your money doing it, that's on you. It's to show the troublemakers of the group. So welcome to the team. Yeah. Green one costs less and it's right. Why would you not do it? I don't know. I'm such a black and white, like this is the way it is and this is good. And yet I'm surrounded by a bunch of troublemakers and sinners, and I'm just because it's green. Well, deal with it, okay? Should I make it brown and gray? Which one should go first? You must hit the red button. But anyway, what I was saying is tonight, I had... Uh-oh, I don't know where my tab went. Did I accidentally... I didn't know. Did I... Where did it go? Guys, I think I accidentally exited out of it. No. To be honest, I hate the color green. It hurts my eyes. How in... Make this make sense. Wait. Do I still have this? How are you an Eagles fan? That's what I want to know. I need to fix this. That's a Monday project. That's a Monday project. Okay, no, this is gonna kill my ADHD if I don't fix it here. Fix it now. I feel like this needs to be more like this. Does it need to be closer than this? This is supposed to be like close zoom. Let me change my scene to just cut. So it just goes boop. And then let's change this one. Let's go there. Oh no. Oh no. There's black spots on the screen. And then this one is just main. So it goes to be like slight zoom. Close zoom. We should totally, I'm going to duplicate this just for you guys. Let's duplicate. And we're going to go like super close zoom. Just because we should have moments like that where like try to get it into my eyes. Right? Of course, with the glasses on, it'll probably just be a... it'll probably just be reflections off of my glasses. Edit transform. That's position. Let's look at size. Yeah, bigger. Bigger. All right. That's not what I want. Let's just do it this way. Woo. Woo. Dude, when I get my Stream Deck back up and running, guys, to be able to be like how are you a Steelers fan? Well, why is Gamora, okay? How are you doing, Vonda? How are you a Patriots fan? That's what I want to know. How are you a Patriots fan? Bandwagon. Anyway. Both are gross. It's a deep green. It's different. It's not a deep green. It's a Kelly green. Well, I guess depending on who you talk about, who you ask. Fun fact, they beat the Steelers. Gotta drive home. All right, Hilly. Drive safe. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. And then maybe you'll catch me talking a little bit about what I'm going to cover tonight. The why. Not the why of why I'm doing this, but the why for you. Anyone looking, any young creator or anyone with looking at content creation on a strict budget, looking at the why of content creation. I gotta fix this, guys. It might flash. I might get flashed for a second, okay? All right. Just trying to make sure that the focus is on point. That's all. So Zev, listen. I don't know what the current record is between the Steelers and the Bengals of recent years, but I will tell you this. I will tell you that I do not care. We do not care. All that matters is rings, Super Bowl rings. Anyway, so tonight, guys, oh no, I didn't want to suggest. What? I don't want to suggest. I'm in a Google Drive, a Google Doc, and I accidentally hit a button, and it told me that I'm suggesting. I don't want to suggest anything. But I wanted to look at the idea of discovering your why. More of the key, you know, the single key or the one key, or I don't have a title for it. I don't know how to title it. Didn't spend time on that. I was spending time on a script. but the idea of the why in content creation. And I was trying to put together what would be a script for that maybe I could read through tonight, and you guys can give some feedback on your thoughts on it, Q&A, that kind of stuff. Because until I have like a projector, I'm not going to be able to, like a teleprompter, I mean, I'm not going to be able to cleanly, and I don't like this angle either. You guys see that reflection? Can you guys see that? I don't like that. These glasses suck. All right, let me try something actually. Oh wait, where'd my other glasses go? I had a pair. There they are. Maybe we should just try it. Guys, you ready for new glasses reveal? You guys ready for this? Yeah. 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 Old one's off, new one's on. There. Oh, I forgot to take the sunglasses off. They're slide-on sunglasses. Whoopsies. Let's see how these ones do. I've not worn these for streams. They're a little bit. The prescription is a little bit stronger in this left eye, but my eyes are still trying to get adjusted. Do they still? My goodness, they still reflect big time. It's the unfortunate thing about wearing glasses, guys. Super unfortunate. Super unfortunate, but it is what it is. Maybe I should wear these a little bit right now. I've not worn them while streaming or anything yet. I was trying to let my eyes and stuff get used to them so I wouldn't get headaches and such. But I feel like this is unreal. Look at that. This is unreal. I've got to look into more about like how to set up so that way I'm not getting those hard glares. But anyway, so I was at the tail end though of trying to, I said I was trying to make this script, and then I was going to read through it because tonight, you know, it's Budget Creator Labs, and that's what I wanted to, that's what I'm trying to focus on every Tuesday from approximately 9:30 to 10:30. Let me look here. All right. Let me see here. I might be able to finish this out real quick. But Zev, why were you even caring about the color brown if you bought 2 more gray shirts? Anyway. See, you got my head all kinds of messed up. You got my head and mind all kinds of messed up on that. Let me see how I would do it. Let me see if this is the way I want to do this. And then I'll read through it and see what your guys' thoughts are. While I'm trying to finish this section out, just throw a 5 in chat if you are somebody who has attempted content, is attempting content, or would be looking to attempt to do content. A 0 if you're just chilling in life and you're not looking to do content in any kind, any context. I'm not sure if I'm being repetitive here. That's repetitive. I need to... No, that's repetitive. I need like some sort of like typing overlay or something. So it's not just me sitting here like staring off at something. All right. Should I read through? Oh man, this is kind of lengthy. I don't know how long this would actually take as a video. All right. Let me see here. I might have to change my glasses back. These ones might start giving me a headache. I think I'm too close with them. Oh. One of the negatives I have found to buying glasses online. I mean, they're cheaper, but they're cheaper. Maybe not in quality, I guess. It's just the way they do like the lenses and the vision spots and stuff like that. It's just difficult. It's just difficult, but... So I'm going to read through this, and I'm going to read through it for myself even, let alone for anybody else listening. And feel free to give any feedback if you're listening right now. Any thoughts on, hey, you're being repetitive there, or hey, that's a good thought, or questions, whatever. But the idea of, you know, the single most key, or just the key, the key to sustainable, or the key to content creation or something like that. Picture this. You're gearing up for a road trip. You've got a full tank of gas, you've got snacks packed, playlists set, and of course, you've made sure you've got the right stuff. Maybe the right phone mount for your GPS, the perfect travel mug for your coffee or whatever drink you got in there, even a roadside emergency kit. You got to be prepared, right? Where are you going? You just start driving, hoping to figure it out along the way. And sometimes people stumble into the perfect destination by accident. It's super rare, but hey, it happens. More often though, you either drive in circles, burning through gas, or you end up somewhere random, realizing it's not actually where you wanted to be. And for some people, that uncertainty is so overwhelming, they never even pull out of the driveway. Content creation can feel exactly like that. Add the limitation of a shoestring budget, yikes. It's easy to focus on what's right in front of us, getting the best camera, the right mic, the perfect editing software, because those things give us the illusion of control. But if we don't know where we're actually headed, all that gear, it won't get us there any faster. And that's what this video is about, finding your why, so that you're not just creating for the sake of creating, but actually going somewhere that matters and staying excited about the drive. At some point along any journey, you start questioning if you're even on the right road. Maybe you hit a detour, maybe traffic slows you down, or maybe you just start feeling that creeping exhaustion of, are we there yet? That's where having a clear why makes all the difference. Your why is like the foundation of a solid road trip plan. It's the reason you keep going even when the road isn't smooth. When challenges pop up, which they will, your why is what keeps you from turning around and heading home. And look, there are different ways this plays out, right? Some people just follow the busiest highways, chasing whatever trends seem to be working, hoping to end up somewhere good. Others take the back roads, convinced that if they just keep driving their own way, people will somehow find them. And then there are those who barely push the gas. They're just cruising along at their own pace, hoping that the world will slow down and notice them because, well, they're here. No matter the approach, without direction, it all leads to the same place: frustration. You either burn out from chasing everything, feeling invisible because no one even knows where to look for you, or wonder why no one's meeting you where you're at. You burn out, you lose motivation, and suddenly creating feels less like an adventure and more like a choice, a chore. But when you know where you're headed, every detour, every delay, it all becomes part of the journey instead of a reason to stop. Now, by now, you should be realizing that the vast majority, this whole content creation thing, for the vast majority, this whole content creation thing isn't just about showing up and hoping something sticks. Think about this for a second. What really makes you want to create? Beyond likes, views, money, fame, what actually drives you? Maybe it's that fire to teach something important, or the joy of making people laugh, or the drive to tell a story that's just itching to get out. But here's the real kicker. If success wasn't right around the corner, if it took years for you to see any kind of recognition, would you still keep going? Would you keep doing it? If your answer is I'm not sure, that's okay. But it's worth asking, because if your why is only based on the promise of quick rewards, the road can get pretty lonely. If you're only in it for the fame or to go viral, those things come and go fast. When the numbers aren't there or the growth feels slow, a shaky why won't be enough to keep you from getting lost on that aimless road. And what would happen if you had to create with almost nothing? Would you still find a way to show up? That's your true why. If you're fueled by passion for the process itself, for the impact you want to have, you'll still be creating, whether you have a fancy mic or you're just using your phone. You'll be on the road with a purpose. Your why is what turns that meandering drive into a journey with purpose. No more random turns or hoping you'll eventually end up somewhere. When you know where you're headed, everything feels like it's moving forward and something worth getting to. It's the foundation for everything, from the content you choose to create, to how you show up for it after day, to how authentic you come across. These are 3 keys in your future content strategy. With a why, you won't waste time chasing trends or trying to be something you're not. Instead, you'll be focused on the content that genuinely resonates with you, aligning with your values. That's your niche. Your why informs the content you produce, ensuring alignment with your core values. With a why, you won't stop showing up. Even when days feel like a grind, it'll become what drives you to stay the course. That's consistency. A clear purpose fosters dedication, making it easier to maintain a regular content schedule. With a why, you know what you're doing. You know why you're doing what you're doing, and it shows in what you're doing. People see your genuine passion, and that connection keeps them coming back. That's authenticity. Audiences resonate with genuine passion, and that stems from your well-defined why. Deeper dives into niche, consistency, authenticity are coming in future videos. But for now, remember, your why is the foundation. Everything else builds on it. With your destination set, each phase of the journey, regardless of challenges, becomes a meaningful experience. Your why is the key to a meaningful, lasting content creation journey. And then end that out with, in the next video, we'll dive into having a newfound why we'll dive into having our new found why help us find the right niche, one that speaks to both your passion and what your audience is craving. And then if you haven't already, be sure to like this video and share it with anyone you know struggling with their content journey or to start one. I'd love to hear from you. What's your why? You can drop it in the comments below, and let's build a community of creators who are all about purpose and meaning. Can't wait to hear from you. That's the approach. The niche selection, consistency, authenticity piece I have planned to be like pop-ups on the screen, so I'm not going to restate that statement, but I'm going to have a defining statement of what that is or what that's referencing on the screen. That's kind of the idea behind those. But I kind of, after reading that out loud, I kind of just get through, like, I wonder if when I think about a YouTube video, I think about, like, what's the problem that's trying to be solved. And what I'm concerned, like you have what's a problem that's trying to be solved, both like what you're trying to solve, but for the person who creates the video, you're also trying to come up with an understanding of how to get other people to see that that is the problem that needs to be solved, because people are going to see it a certain way, and not necessarily see a deeper or the true root of it, and you have to convince them of what the actual problem is and then provide them with an answer in that video. And so my curiosity is, and what I'm curious about here is, do I actually set up an understanding of, like, hey, you have a problem, like, you're dealing with this issue, here's the actual issue, let me help you with that. I don't know that I deal with that here, because I right off the bat, I kind of give this picture of, like, that this video is just going to be about your why, and your why is important, and somebody could just stop watching and be like, okay, I need to figure out my why. I wonder if this feels too much like a droning on. Like, there's some good meat to it, I think, but that's what I'm concerned about. Is it actually, like, me solving, like, grabbing hold of somebody who's like, what's the problem? The problem is people who are trying to get moving with content, or in the greater scheme of things, I'm always looking at people who are on a penny pincher diet, right? No, penny pincher budget, you know, the shoestring budget. Okay, so where do I go from here? What do I do with this? And what I'm trying to present is, here's the actual, like, you're seeing this and you're worried because maybe I need to write that into my intro here. Something about, like, you're worried about you don't have enough money to afford gas, or you don't have the right insert gear here in order to get started with your trip, or da 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 da. But here's the reality. The reality isn't about having the right travel mug, or the right charger for your phone, or the right amount of PSI in your tires. Like, you can get all those pieces and have all those pieces, but if you don't have a destination planned, they will mean nothing. That's what I really need to emphasize here. I really need to emphasize that kind of thing, because that's the heart and soul behind this. That's the heart and soul behind this. Chat, what do you guys think? Am I onto something? Do I need to change this around? Yeah, so I put this on here. Like, when I think about this at the beginning of this, I have something along the lines of, like, picture this, you're gearing up for a road trip. And how I have it currently written is, you've got a full tank of gas, you've got snacks packed, you've got your playlist set. When in reality, I feel like what I need to be setting up is, like, you're gearing up for a road trip. And then the understanding of, like, you've only got a half a tank of gas. You only got a couple extra bucks. I gotta find a way to be able to kind of paint that picture of, like, you don't have a phone mount for your GPS. You don't have a to-go cup. You have a it's hard to paint the picture, because if you have something like that, everything is accounting for this idea that Well, yeah, that's what I'm focusing on. My niche, my direction with these kind of videos is towards somebody who has the beater car, somebody who has all these problems with this, and they're trying to figure out, okay, so what kind of gear, like, what do I need to look into to be able to have the right GPS mount? What do I need to look into to have the right tires? What do I need to look, that kind of thing? And what I'm trying to say here is, like, you look at your car, you look at this road trip plan, and you're not sure about all these pieces. And what I'm trying to tell you is you're looking at the wrong thing. You don't need to be looking at your tires. You don't need to be looking at your GPS mount. You don't need to be looking at your gas tank. You don't need to be looking at your check engine light right now. First and foremost, what you need to be looking at is your plan, is your why, your destination. Because if you don't have that, you don't. Why do you even need to get in the car? You know what I'm saying? Why do you even need to worry about that? That's what I need to set up. I need to take a note of that so I can make sure I have that. Yeah, and another one that came to my mind, which I think is a great example, is the idea of, like, oh, I don't have my playlist put together. I better get my playlist set up. And it's just like, bro, you haven't even got your car inspected. You don't even have, like, you don't even have your engine working because you didn't get it looked at. You know what I mean? Like, that's out of order and out of priority there. On top of, like, why are you even in the car? You know, and that's what I'm trying to get to here. Yeah. Why are you in the car? Why are you going on this trip? Where are you heading? That's the focus right there. That's good. That's what I need to be doing more of, right? And then, yeah, I need to rewrite some of this, because instead of you just start driving, no. I mean, that might be part of it, is you just start driving, but some others will be like, okay, well, you start planning what playlist you're going to listen to. You start doing this, that, and the other thing, and you start doing this, that, and the other thing. It's just like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's easy to focus on what's right in front of us. I said, I'm going to also say, okay. Oh, I got caps locks on, so I'm, like, yelling at myself on the wrong things, which is usually what's right in front of us, right? Yeah, I think that's a good direction to go. But the question then is, like, I'm setting up an understanding of, like, you're focusing on these things. Those are the wrong things to be focusing on. You need to actually be focusing on your why. And then being able to set up, like, okay, you say that I need to be setting up on my why. Well, why? Why does that need to be my focus? And that's where I say that's what this video is going to be about. And then at some point along your journey, you start questioning if you're even on the right road. Maybe you hit a detour. Maybe these kind of things happen. That's where having a clear why makes all the difference. Your why is the foundation. It's the reason you keep going, even when the road isn't smooth, when challenges pop up, which they will. Your why is what keeps you from turning around and heading home. So that then comes into play about painting the picture of understanding why. And okay, so I'm giving this understanding of, like, drive, right? It's the foundation. That's the overall thing, right? Like, it's having your why is your foundation. But then it also sets up for, like, okay, so then it gives me drive, and then it keeps me from burning out, it keeps me from losing motivation. But then also, It looks like I doubled down in here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I doubled down on the idea of the why being like what really makes you want to create. So I guess what I do is I go from like this is the main reason as the foundation. Why? Because it's what drives everything. Without it, you'll find yourself lost. You'll find yourself burnt out. You'll find yourself frustrated and or unmotivated, kind of stuff. And then going to like take a second to think what makes you really want to create. That right there is the focus. That right there is your why. What drives you. And I put, if success wasn't right around the corner, if it took years for you to see any kind of recognition, would you still keep going? If your answer is I'm not sure, that's okay, but it's worth asking, because if your why is only based on the promise of these quick things, the road's going to get lonely, things come and go fast, you're going to feel aimless on the road, and that's why having your true why, fueled by passion or for the process itself, you'll still keep creating. Your why turns it from meandering drive to journey with purpose. And then I give 3 more. So maybe I need to have a more tight-knit way in which I provide the pieces of what you have or what you gain from your why, because I have the one and then I set up like, okay, let's practical application. Let's think through this so you can understand more of what your why is. And then I say, hey, here are 3 other keys to your future content strategy once you look at your why. I might have to restructure that, because I feel like these 3 things, I don't know. I don't know if the alignment of where I talk about them matches if I have them here versus if I have them earlier. And then I end with the practical application. Or if there's a way that I actually paint a picture of a bonus, like earlier in the video, being able to talk about the why, but then saying like, hey, and stick around. I got 3 keys. I've got some bonuses for you guys. 3 keys to your future content strategy out of having a why. And then I'm able to hit more on the, let's delve into an actually practical application of thinking through the why, and then come back to like, hey, these are those keys, deliver, and then complete with this ending part of deeper dive into these things are going to come in future videos. So the bonuses then I provide, and then they set up for future content as well. And then being able to end it with something solid, like your why is the foundation. Everything else builds on it. With your destination set, each phase of the journey, regardless of challenges, becomes a meaningful experience. Your why is the key to a meaningful, lasting content creation journey. And then I got my little like conclusion piece about in the next video. And if you haven't already, and I'd love to hear from you, that kind of stuff. That's what I might do. I don't know. The question is, do I set it up that way? I like having those 3 pieces, but do I set up those 3 pieces earlier on when I'm talking about, I'm introducing this idea of like, this is what you think. Let me actually provide you with the actual problem is and why that is, why I think. And then in providing why, you get lost, you get frustrated, you burn out, all those kind of things. Do I then put in the 3 about like, when here's the positive side, like these are the negatives when you don't have it, so you need it. Here's 3 positives. I might do it that way. Here's the 3 keys. Here are some of the positive sides. 3 keys that will actually help you face your that in having your why in place will be able to help shape your future content strategy, niche, consistency, authenticity kind of thing. But I don't know, because then that kind of feels like maybe I keep that after, and I keep that after I've acknowledged, if I acknowledge the fact that no, I kind of like the layout I have it now. This is why you need to think about why. So let's think about why. What really makes you want to create? If success wasn't around the corner, that kind of stuff. And then it's the foundation for everything, from the content you choose to create to how you show up for it day after day, to how authentic you come across. That is specifically like foreshadowing and setting up for then like, hey, speaking of that, here are these bonus, bonus keys to your future content strategy. And then I'm able to lay out the 3. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I like the rest of how I have that laid out. But I'll have to, even if I've just been brainstorming with myself here verbally, I'm an external processor. So whether somebody's watching this in the VOD or what, this has been beneficial to me. This has been beneficial. Yeah, I think I like it. And then from here, I think the next one would be niche. Because I'm looking at like the keys to, like looking at shoestring budget, right? Shoestring studios and the idea of those young creators, whether they're young in age looking to become creators or they're people who are young in their attempt to be creators. Looking at the proper things first. So looking at understanding why this exists, what this is on Tuesday nights and what shoestring studios will be, but then also looking at your why and painting the picture of this is ultimately the very first thing you need to figure out, laying that out. And then from there, the plan then I think moves into, okay, well then you have your why. Let's look at niche. Let's look at what you need to focus on. And then that paints the way for, okay, if that's what you're going to do, how consistent can you be? And then from the consistency piece about, I don't know if there's going to be a direct video idea on the idea of authenticity, because the idea of seeing your genuine passion and stuff, maybe I need to switch those. I need to do niche because your why informs the content you produce, ensuring alignment with your core values. And then authenticity, which is where now you're looking at how will audiences resonate with your genuine passion. I think though I'm not sure right now if those need to come together or separate, but I know the consistency one will probably need its own thing, because the idea is about trying to break down, how you need to come up with it, what you need to look at, as well as what's your niche, and therefore what kind of consistency do you need to have. Because I think different niches will require different kinds of things and consistency, as well as each individual's capability of creating. So I think that one, consistency, will have its own. I gotta think through that. If I think I need to take a note of that. Should I mix that? I wonder. I've got to look more at that, because I'm just thinking through the idea of if there could be a meaningful focused video on authenticity. But I gotta look here. I think at one point I had started to create a group of videos. Let me see here. Oh, that's video game ideas. That's the wrong button. Is this the right one? Nope. All right, I'm in the wrong spot. Oh, there we go. Okay. I had looked at, and maybe this is something further down the line where I can expand on it, but I not only, okay, sweet. I not only had, and part of the creation of these videos and stuff are out of my own experience, but also out of like research in the way of like seeing others who have done this and experienced this and what they have shared and stuff. So it's about like me being able to see like, and I've watched hours and hours of videos over the years, over these past years in video work and content creation myself. And so being able to take all of that and together then mush it together and then be able to go to be able to potentially help somebody. And so I have an idea. I have a layout of an idea to be able to actually have a niche video series. I think maybe for this, I specifically just focus in on basically having, this is the why series. Like this is like a 4-part series of understanding like your why. These are the beginning. This is the beginning grouping of videos to be able to kind of release together. Or back to back to back, so that they can all integrate with one another and also be a series. And then from there, being able to dive into something, maybe a first time look at some ideas of some specific, actual tangible things, what are they called? Tools and software and gear and stuff like that. Golly, can't think, which means must be at the end. And look at that, it's 10:31. So with that being said, I'm hopping off for the night, guys. I am back live on Thursday talking football. There's been a lot happening in free agency, so I'm excited to have a little bit of conversation about that. Actually feels like there's some fresh things to talk about when it comes to the world of NFL football. So, and I, as a Steelers fan, will probably have a lot of things to talk about. But until then, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday night. Have a great day Wednesday. Happy hump day to you. And if you are somebody who is, hey, there's a biddy. Hilly, if you're interested, watch a portion of the VOD. I know you're on your way home and stuff. Watch a portion of the VOD as I'm hopping off. Where I read through kind of the script and talked through different things about what I'm looking at for this, but kind of looking at a basically a 4-part series to be a together grouping of videos to build and then be able to release out that are kind of like the why series, your why, niche, authenticity, consistency, those kind of things. And down the lines, I have stuff I could build out to defining your niche, finding or discovering your niche. Like, and I can do a little niche series. We could do actual tools and software and start working that way. But I wanted to start with what I think is the most important and the most focal piece, which is the why, and let that kind of lead what we're going to talk about next. So give it a listen. Give me any thoughts. And to everyone, I say, first of all, thank you for that, Biddy. Appreciate it. And everybody have a good night. God bless you. Think of what your why is. Not only if you're looking at doing content, but what's your why in you? Why is Gamora? There's some meat to that question. All right. I'm out. Love you guys. Peace. God bless. See you.